ladies and gentlemen. Your circus voices are here in the toilets at Sea South venue at Edinburgh Festival Fringe. We have just been watching Chloe Mantripp, Unmarked Vehicle, and these are our post-show responses. So I'm going to flip the camera round. My beautiful team. Hey, beautiful team. Okay, do you want to throw some thoughts out, or would you like a prompt?
Prompt.
What was your best bits?
I thought the script was good in most of it. It's clever, funny,
very witty.
Yeah, quick, a little bit slow at some parts, but the majority of it I really enjoyed.
Yeah, she's got really great delivery. She's really personable. You're really invested in her character, caricature of her. I don't know which one it is, but by the end you're like, yeah, I kind of wish you were my pal. You're really great.
We were just talking about the listing of the show in the Fringe programme. Rebecca and Natalie, can you move in a little? Excellent. There we go. Because the way you frame something is very important, right, guys?
Yeah. Yes.
That relates to where it is in the programme.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this, but V has something to say.
Yes. My understanding is that this is listed in the cabaret section, which to me feels inappropriate. I would suggest, I would consider this to be a spoken word show, to be honest, which has, you know, some circus equipment in it. I think it's a very good spoken word show. I enjoyed it a great deal, and I think it would have done better in that part of the programme. I would have said the same thing even if it had been listed in the circus section, to be honest, because I think while she's done a really interesting job of using the equipment as a prop, and it frames her very well, it is really only a framing device for her narrative and her storytelling.
And I'm just going to throw in a voice from behind the camera, because I mean, I really cottoned on to the fact that it was billed as stand-up, and it is funny, there's lots of bits in there, but I don't think it's stand-up, it's a one-woman show, and I think it's diminished a little bit by calling it stand-up, and people might come expecting something slightly different. She's got ideas. Anyway, the camera's on you guys.
I think it's probably quite a tricky, another show that's probably quite tricky to box, actually, because it's, I wouldn't know.
Kind of biographical storytelling, a snippet like a day in her life, but with abstract illustrations of.
I think because we're coming from looking at circus, it feels really unusual, but I see so much work like this go through BAC that's multidisciplinary, and it's storytelling, and it's movement, and it's this and it's that, and there is a billing for that, and I think that was great. I think she was really brave, and I think she was doing interesting things, and I would like for someone to get a hold of the speech and look at some voice work and look at some rhythms and really start to explore what she's started to do. I thought this was really interesting.
Yeah, I got really excited by it. Hang on, I'm going to flip this just for a second because I'm in charge. I'm going to say, Dear Arts Council, please fund the development of this piece of work because it's really exciting. Thanks, bye. There you go, you guys.
I really like the depiction of femininity that is presented in this. It's a very sort of complex kind of relationship to her as a woman, and, you know, driving this vehicle and the way that she's dressed, the way she presented herself in relation to a piece of aerial equipment as well. I think it was, a really...
And her clumsiness on it as well. And it just, first of all, I was like, what? Is she just really rubbish?
I did find the clunkiness of the rig a bit distracting, but that's
at first I did,
interesting as it goes on.
But that also kind of went with the mechanical setup as well, and the way it was, the aesthetics of the rig, the way that it was kind of painted with that rusty look on it. And her clumsiness, the clunkiness represented as well, the personality clumsiness that she
they all have a part to play in that life that she is living in those 50 minutes in a lorry.
I think this is the only show I've seen at the Fringe so far that has allowed space for this type of representation of women to exist. This is the only show I've seen where that, where this has been allowed to be presented as a valid experience of womanhood.
And is that because this is a solo show, do you think?
I think it's maybe because it's a solo show, maybe because it's spoken word, so she's allowed to vocalise. Maybe it's just simply her bravery in rejecting a sexualised aesthetic, I'm not sure. But it's,
I think it's less about being allowed and more about choice.
Maybe
she's chosen to do this, whereas other acts have chosen not to do that. and it might be interesting to find out where those choices came from.
Yeah. And
that sets that.
I just really, we haven't actually said anything about what the show is. So does anybody want to give a little bit of description? Like, how would you describe this show?
Oh, an hour-long journey through the night with Chloe in her van, and what goes through her brain, and on the radio, and the people she meets. I don't want to give away any more than that, actually, because I think yeah.
I would like to have had a little bit more dynamics in the course of the plot. Like, I felt that the pace was very monotone pace. I would have liked more on that.
It felt like a long nighttime drive, which I've done a lot of.
Yeah.
I was there with her at every stage, at every service station, and yeah.
And I think day 10 of Fringe as well. I'm there. That's my day. That's how my brain is right now. So that's really cool. Anybody have any last things they would like to say?
Go and see it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks very much, and hopefully we won't be in the toilet next time we see you. Over and out. Bye. Oh no, that's not out. That's just my face.